How can a man expect peace from a woman that he is making miserable? I'd like to know.
Riddle me this.
Riddle me that.
Why do men ask women to be their peace, and most of them bring chaos, and then get in their feelings when women match energy?
First problem is you said most. Now I'm gonna let it slide because I know what you meant. You probably meant most of the you with. Now, with that being said, oftentimes be my peace to a toxic man means take my abuse and don't say shit about it. Let me walk over you without you complaining too loud. Do not disrupt me doing what I need to do for me and keeping you in the place of an option. Don't you understand? You are lucky to be with me. How dare you complain about the shit I give you? You should just take it. You know why? I'm that man you always prayed for. So let me just do my thing. Let me run my play. And here's the thing. I need you to find a man that has already found his peace before he found you.
Woo-hoo. Talk about it.
Your job is to not disturb a man's already established peace. And here's the thing. Oftentimes it is the men, the unhealthy men, that is bringing chaos in your life and then turning around and wondering why you can't be their peace. It's raining and you ain't my umbrella. If you want, fellas, for the healthy men, the men that want to be healthy, if you want a woman to be peaceful, how about this? Why don't you be a peaceful? But, of course, I'm talking to the healthy men. And the unhealthy men, y'all know I was talking truth about y'all too.
And I couldn't help but to agree with them. And the fact is, majority of problems and issues in long-term relationships, in marriages, are caused by men. From neglect to emotional abuse, physical abuse, spiritual abuse, financial abuse, post-divorce, post-separation abuse, threatening, manipulation, gaslighting, to even worldwide wars literally are initiated by men, a lot of men, majority of men's lack of emotional intelligence, impulsivity, quick need for dopamine hit here and there, and the third. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Men are the main cause of trouble in most marriages, and I couldn't agree more. I would say that and say that over and over and over and again. Problem to children, essay, issues, essay, fear, just not feeling safe, just overly being on edge all the time. A lot of women to provide ourselves physical safety. I did a video on where, sitting in your car is dangerous by yourself. Walking in an alley or going to the gas station, even sitting in front of your house by yourself is a safety concern. So you have to put layers and layers of different safety and boundaries around you in order to preserve yourself. Even the man that you're sleeping in the same bed with, you can find yourself feeling super unsafe. And this is why you cannot go beyond like, oh, he loves me. Oh, not my man. They will be sleeping in the same bed with you, in the same house with you, and planning to unalive you anytime soon if you don't recognize the red flags and take initiative to protect yourself. Why should I get married to a man if the man is a problem causer? Why should I get into marriage when the marriage is only going to cost me, to destabilize me, cost me my peace, and staying single will preserve my peace and sanity, especially a man who is now open and willing to bring peace. They demand peace, but they don't bring peace. They demand respect, but they don't bring respect. Respect, peace, it's a mutual dance that you have to be willing to work on a daily. Nobody's going to offer to you because you have a dingling between your legs. And it should not be the responsibility of the woman to bring the man out of the problem, the issues by forgiving. Yes, you can forgive a man for issues, cheating, betrayal, whatever, but you can't forget because it makes it the blueprint for you to break generational curses and traumas that men can potentially bring, because you might say, oh, I'm staying because of the kids, but kids are absorbing and seeing, and their nervous system is constantly dysregulated from being exposed constantly to dysfunction and toxicity from this man that you're choosing to be a pick-me around. I choose my peace any day. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this. Maybe I just don't have enough bandwidth in me. But this is not about how you were raised. There are a lot of women who are raised in two-parent household and it's dysfunctional as hell. So a lot of people go, and there's a lot of research, go on Psychology Today and do a lot of research there and see, because being from a two-parent household or being advised by an elderly woman, as he claims, or even by himself being a preacher man or whatever, just knuckleheads out there calling themselves pastors. Not a lot of everybody there is qualified. They're human beings doing the spiritual work, and you are more than capable and smart enough to do that work within yourself and establish that relationship between you and your maker, between you and Jesus, if you're a believer or whatever you believe in. Good to have a belief system overall. There's a lot of research behind how a lot of women accumulate health issues, including chronic pain, back pain, knee pain, headaches, insomnia, obesity, autoimmune disorders, things like early cancer diagnosis, middle-age cancer diagnosis, dying abruptly, GI issues, constipation, like name it, skin problem, getting wrinkled and shriveled up early, lack of energy and motivation to pursue your purpose and your desire. Women are twisting themselves into pretzels just to make a marriage or relationship work. For the sake of what? To be traded for what? Only for this man trade you once you're no longer here, because you all of a sudden die from cancer or some chronic condition that you've been battling because you're chronically inflamed from high cortisol level constantly in your system. What is the point? This is why majority of divorces are initiated by women. One of it is me. Because you can try, but making a relationship work cannot be at one-sided street. As he's saying, should not be. Men should be open and willing to sit within themselves, to sit with their anxiety, their trauma, their crappy child, their mother issues, father issues, go to therapy, heal, be willing to do the healing and continue the healing. It's not only about sex, about status and being selfish and being entitled. Majority of STDs, STIs, HIV infections in Africa, especially over 80% of those cases are gotten in long-term relationships and in marriages. HPV, herpes, gonorrhea, syphilis, and HIV are acquired by men and brought to the women in the marriages. Memory issues such as Alzheimer's, dementia, depression, suicidality is brought onto this marriage by men. What are your thoughts and opinions on this topic? For me, I'm passionate about this and I couldn't agree more. It's true, but this is why it's so important to center yourself, your health, your mental health, and your money, ladies. But this is a video version of the conversation. Okay, bye.
I'm getting sick of men saying that. I want a woman to be my peace. No, the f you don't. You want a woman that won't question you when you bring in chaos in her life, talking about be my peace. How you want her to be your peace when all you doing is bringing nightmares in her life? And every time she speaks up, you say she's disturbing your peace. Of course she is. You cheating. You ain't available. You don't validate her. When you say you want a woman to be your peace, you mean you want a woman that don't speak up for herself, that don't call you out on your motherfucking bullshit. If you not doing bullshit, shit is peaceful. You don't even have to say be my peace when you are bringing peace.
I mean, there's no way around it. There's no other way to look at it. Listen, ladies, the only men that talk about be my peace are the toxic men. A peaceful man don't have to talk about being my peace, because he know that if he's peaceful and he's not causing chaos in your life, then your life's going to be good. It's going to be peaceful in the home. A man that always has a problem with you addressing the things that he's doing is the type of man that talking about be my peace. You understand what I'm saying? The type of man that causes so much chaos, out all day, cheating, got women calling his phone, hiding his phone, tucking stuff all up, trying to hide his phone, tucking phone numbers all in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? Don't want you to know where he at, hiding his location. You understand what I'm saying? Don't want to validate you. You understand what I'm saying? Got multiple partners. Just that's the type of man that's toxic, and this is the type of man that's talking about be my peace. It's the man that ain't bringing no peace at all. You understand what I'm saying? Real men don't have to say be my peace, because automatically they are peaceful and they bring structure to a family and structure to a household, structure to a home and order and leadership. That way it's going to be peaceful. You understand what I'm saying? So ladies, next time a man talking about be my peace, tell him to be the peace. Then you'll be it. Tell him to give you the tools necessary. Tell him to be the peace, and you'll be his peace. If he be the peace and create peace, you'll be his peace at that point. You understand what I'm saying?
How can a man expect peace from a woman that he is making miserable? I'd like to know.
Riddle me this.
Riddle me that.
Men that say that they want a woman to bring them peace are the same men that want to literally do what they want, and they want the woman to say absolutely nothing to them.
Huh?
That is what they're referring to as peace.
No, that is not what they mean.
Don't want the woman to tell them anything, and that is their version of peace, rather than actually being a peaceful partner in return to that woman. Their version of peace is all selfishness. It all has to do with them, all has to do with making them happy.
I really feel sorry for a lot of individuals out there, because it's becoming quite clear that a lot of them have never actually had a good relationship.
Anytime you hear a man say that they want peace, I'm telling you right now, they're going to literally make your life hell.
This is actually getting painful to watch.
Because, again, they don't want to be told what to do, what not to do. They're just selfish little babies that want to get away with anything.
When they miss the mark by an inch, they really miss it by a mile, don't they?
I actually believe you should never give a man peace.
I highly doubt that some ever have.
Keep him on his freaking toes. He doesn't deserve peace until he brings you peace.
It must be pure magic being in a relationship with someone who thinks like that.
Women are a reflection of how the man treats us. So if he is not bringing us absolute peace and calmness and true peace, like, that man does not deserve any of your good kind-heartedness to him at all.
I think we've seen enough. Because, unfortunately, some individuals don't understand that relationships are supposed to be partnerships, not competitions.
Are you going to be the lover I need you to be? Or you going to be peaceful? Or you going to bring me the energy I need? Or you going to massage me and rub me and be feminine and be submissive? Or you going to do all that? Right. I don't care how many degrees you got. Exactly. I don't care how good you argue. I don't care how bad. Like, that don't matter to a real man. Right, especially out here in this world today as a black man. Like, we go through too much. We want to go home and we just want to be, you know what I'm saying? Just feel loved and just be like, yo, I know I'm going to go home. Like, a man will be at somewhere out just, man, I can't wait to go home. I'm going to come on, my girl going to take my damn socks off. She going to do this and I'm just going to have the food ready. The game going to be on. Let's going to relax. So imagine being out working all day knowing you're going to go home to some more work, especially when you elevating her life. Right. Those are my only rules. I say, baby, listen. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to make sure your life easier. I'm going to do everything I need to do as a man. Only thing I ask you to do is be respectful, be loyal, and just be nasty. That's all I want. Right.
I feel like men just want someone to come home to, and a lot of them grew up with a lot of problems. No dad, mom is weird, and they just want someone to come home to, and they give you the ring to shut you up. So to the women that feels like they man don't really like them and they're just in the house doing everything for them and they're questioning what they're doing outside, I'm so sorry and I'm praying for you.
Men say they want a woman to be their peace while giving that same woman hell. Make it make sense. Peace isn't a physical place, it's a state of mind. It's a way of being. A woman creates peace when a feeling of safety, security, connection has been created. When she becomes the solution for herself and removes herself from that relationship, it's not because she wants another man. It's because she wants peace. She wants to connect with that part of her that is in need of healing, peace, love, respect, and you just weren't able to provide that. How is she supposed to create peace when you feed her chaos? If a man's a provider, he has to provide the environment the security, the emotional connection, so that the woman can then flourish with peace. If a man's a leader, he has to lead with intention. He has to lead with compromise. And if you expect her to be submissive, you must first submit to the higher calling of playing your role in the relationship, meaning you can't put anyone above her. A man has to earn his woman's peace.
Let me tell you, if a guy says to you, I want peace in my relationships, if he says, I want a drama-free relationship, if he says, I just want things to be easy, run for the hills. Run for the hills immediately in that moment. Just turn around and walk away.
But wait, there's more.
I think any man that their number one requirement for a woman is for a woman to be his peace. You just know you're dealing with a true menace to the dating pool, because you need me to be your peace. If you gotta ask for peace, you're a piece of shit. Honestly.
All right, let's play this game. If a woman's number one requirement for a man is to be her peace, fellas, run for the hills. And what's sad is that's kind of true. How many women left a good man for a toxic dude? All jokes aside, ladies, when a man wants you to be his peace, he's not asking for you to be the perfect human. He's asking for you to be respectful, nurturing, non-argumentative, and pleasant to be around. But women that just want to cause misery are the worst in human history.
My sisters, any man with too often they get to know each other, you can't ask him what he want. You can't tell you, say, all I want is peace. Run. Leave that man. Block him. Make I tell you something. 99% of the kind of men where they tell you, say, not only peace, then what? They don't know what in peace mean. Neither do they have it to give. And sometimes when you have conversations with them and ask them what is peace, some of them don't even know. In a real world safe, if you ask me, I should say a man should be bringing peace, not seeking it from a woman. Because it is what you give to a woman that you receive. And if you don't like what you're receiving, you change what you're giving. Now, what is peace? Peace is basically, if you check your internet or your dictionary, peace is freedom from disturbance. If you do not do anything that would disturb your woman, she's not going to disturb you. So for you to have that freedom of disturbance, no cause anything will disturb your woman. Secondly, if you go for internet, type what is peace in a relationship, it will tell you trust, emotional safety, or sense of comfort. If you know make your woman they comfortable for house, if you know they make your woman trust you, every time you go to hide your phone in the sheet, why should they disturb you? So a lot of you don't even know what peace is. For you to get peace, you have to give it. Now, if you ask me what is peace, I will tell you peace is how you stay calm in the midst of the storm. What are those storms? Those things where you know say if you do, your woman go vex. Those things where you know say if you do, your woman go must won't talk about them. It is how you compose yourself and don't put yourself in that situation. That is peace. Peace is not when you misbehave and your woman keeps quiet about it. That is not peace.
That's Nick's Tinder account.
Did you make this account for him? Because clearly
it says he was active last week.
He wouldn't have Tinder.
Except he does, Lauren. Look at it. Are you that blind?
Literally lying.
Why would I lie about that?
You're jealous.
I'm sorry, but I cannot help but notice that all of the major ills of the world right now are men's drama. Like, you turn on the news and you're like, oh, what awful thing is happening now? And it's some man perpetrating some heinous act on an entire population, or some man that leads one country fighting with some other man that leads another country. The news is just the drama of men, and the rest of us are just suffering about it. Notice that Iceland, which is ran by all women up and down in the government, is not part of the drama. I'm just saying. Now, obviously, I'm not saying all men are bad. I don't want to hear it. I didn't say that. I'm not saying that. Don't detract from the main point here. And the main point is that men are dramatic, and their drama balloons to such a proportion that whole entire ecosystems are shattered. Countries are ripped apart. And somehow women are the dramatic ones? I'm at a loss for words. Just as a mental exercise, the next time you see the news, just notice what is actually happening and how it's all men being dramatic.
Every single time there's conflict and all the bad things that are happening in the world, you know what the common denominator ends up being? Everything points to men. It's literally because from the get-go, they don't know how to share resources. They only know how to fight. They have no understanding of conflict resolution, sharing, how to live in a society. I mean, some of them do, but they really, really struggle with that. But it just blows my mind. I'm thinking literally everything that's happening in the United States, in Palestine, in Congo, in Sudan. Everything comes down to the fact that men are in charge, and when they're in charge, they don't know how to lead, and they don't know how to set up society in a way that actually shares and is for the common good of everyone. This is why I just don't think that they should be in places of power.
Did y'all see the story about the woman who dated this man for 5 years, living rent-free the entire time, and was secretly plotting against him? When I tell you the men are going off in the comments, let me tell you what the fuck really happened. So the girl name is Shanice, right? Now, Shanice has been with this man for 5 years, okay? They got kids together, and they share this cute little townhouse. From the outside looking in, you'll think, okay, they happy, they're a family, they stable. But baby, if only they knew what she knew. And the wild thing is, hell, he ain't had no clue either. Girl, you don't even know how deep this shit finna go. But I'm finna take you with me, cause this ride is wild. When they first started living together, he told her that he did not want her to pay no bills at all whatsoever. He had all of that, and he was gonna hold. Shanice was not a stay-at-home mom. She actually had a really good job, and she had a boutique. And instead of her spending money on bullshit, she actually had a plan. Now, friend, you know some woman would have took that damn money and shopped it up, spent it, living free, all of that. Not Shanice. Shanice said bet, and sis started stacking. But quietly and strategically. Pay attention. Girl, how about she opened up 2 bank accounts that he didn't know nothing about? And oh, you remember that time they had all those programs that was paying rent? Their rental assistance? Oh yeah, she applied for that and got approved, but she didn't tell him. All the while, this man is still handing her money for the rent, and rent been paid. And she pocketing all of it. Shanice, I can't even lie now, I'm confused as hell. Like, Shanice, what's happening, baby? What we doing? But you know what? I kept following, friend, because I had to know the tea. I had to know the why. And get this man still had no clue, and she out here acting normal as hell. Still cooking, still taking care of the kids, still laying next to this man like everything is fine. But mentally, sis has clocked out. Baby, Shanice's man was on the other side of town. So fast forward, how about Shanice goes out and buy a house, bitch, and put that shit in her name? Not his, not theirs, in her name. Yeah. Now, bitch, I don't know what type of game this shit is, but hell, Shanice played. Y'all moved in, her, him, and the kids. And he decides that he's going to pay half of the mortgage. And baby, he agreed thinking that he doing something like they still building together. This man is really paying rent in a house that he don't even know he finna be evicted from, bitch. Meanwhile, Shanice chilling. She ain't saying shit. She just waiting on a moment for him to slip up. And of course, it happens. So Shanice is doing laundry where she finds some condoms in his pants. Mind you, they don't even use those. So Shanice is like, yeah, I knew it. He's back on. It's the fact that this ain't nothing new. This man been doing her dirty since the beginning, and Shanice is finally playing chess. Let's look at the laundry list. 2 years into the relationship, he started cheating. He cheated while she was pregnant, and when she got pregnant, he actually got violent with her, which caused her to go into labor early. Got violent and went into labor early. Why is this man still with us on this planet? He crashed his own car. She let him use her spare, and he fucked another bitch in it. Hold on, friend. And one of the girls that he messed with sent screenshots of him getting head on her birthday. Bitch, I wish I can stop. I can't stop. I gotta keep going. Hold on. He even had the nerve to flirt with some girls who shopped at her boutique. Yeah. His hoes was buying clothes from her boutique. And there were videos, multiple videos of him and his friends running trains on these women. All while with Shanice. When she found them condoms, that was like the last straw for her friend. I mean, this girl put that man clean out, okay? No car, no home, and no backup plan. And he had to move back in with his people. Meanwhile, she's enjoying her new 4-bedroom home, fully paid with a garage, some land, and she's now making $68 an hour on her new job. She even told us that 2 months into them talking, she gave him $4,000 when she learned that he way to Cali. And because she was pregnant, she figured that shit, we locked in, so we might as well be locked in, right? Shanice said she really loved this man. Like, she was so in love with him, and she was so hurt for so long after all the things that he had done to her. And it just made her go into a rage and just say, you know what, like, I'm not even finna, like, act a fool. I'm not even gonna get out of character. I'ma just get him back in the best way that's gonna benefit me and my kid. If it was me, what I would have done, I don't know, friend. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I have a low tolerance for cheating. So, like, the moment I found out he cheated on me the first time and made me go into labor early, oh, he would have been done for. Relationship is done. I don't care about none of that shit. But I'm really curious to know, like, what y'all think about it. Was she wrong? Would you have done all of this? Was it necessary? Do y'all think it was worth it? I gotta give it to her, though. Shanice definitely did her big one, y'all. What y'all think?
If you're a woman that want to marry, don't buy house when you're not married. Don't buy cars. Don't buy properties. Don't live alone, because you become like a man. In my language, I said, akunesio bike. Money make your heart strong. So if you are doing everything alone, living alone, you can't fit for a wife again. Now you begin to have a power thought job with a man. Who do you think you are? Is it rent I can pay? Is it house I have bought? Even if I leave you, I can still live properly. Do you notice that the Western women and parts of the South, those that are working, they are very arrogant because many of them are living alone? Stay with your parents. Is a man that should come and carry you. Or live with your sister. Live with family. When you come into a man's house, that's when you should start doing things. Many of your children are, they want to go and live freely now. They only leave the house.
Do I think that any of the men are going to get better? I don't. So that's why I feel like no matter what happens, the vast majority of men are not going to change, no matter what. So I don't even know if they can, if I'm being honest. That's what I'm saying about that mental thing. I think a lot of men would rather take their own lives than to change. If you have to give them see women as human and be a better person or jump off a bridge, I think most of them would jump off a bridge.
Mm-hmm. I think
really
right
do.
now, yeah. I think right now, yeah. And I don't know, yeah, like you said, I don't know if there's like really a way to fix it because women's rights can get taken away more. I mean, I ran in the 70s. I always think about that. That lives rent free in my mind. That's my Roman Empire. The women were literally in mini skirts, makeup on their face, working in computer labs. And now you literally can't even see their eyes. Like, they're forced to wear, you know, the complete, like the niqab, like the thing that covers your entire face, and their voices are not allowed to be heard in public. That's how far men will go to control us.